McLeod and Stu Jackson. And Matt, his last coaching experience or head coaching experience was on the high school level in Rochester back in 1986.
Well, Marv, there's only about an 18-inch move from the assistant's chair to the head coach's chair.
Yeah.
But it might as well be 18 million miles. It is such a big difference. And Jeff Van Gundy found out a lot about it the other night in Philadelphia in his debut, where they lost to the 76ers 100-92.
A 76er team that had lost the previous 7 straight to the Knicks. Bill Oakes, Joe DeRosa, Jim Kinsey are the officials, and the Knicks controlling the opening tip. Third of 4 meetings between these clubs. The Bulls won the previous 2, including a blowout here at the Garden back in January. J.R. Reed, who had the touch the other night against the 76ers, getting the Knicks on the board. How about the prediction by Michael, who sometimes kids, other times he's dead serious about that 60-point possibility here today. Scottie Pippen. And the rebound is handled by Patrick Ewing.
Well, he's left the possibility open. If he has a big game, he said, hey, I predicted it. If not, said, I was doing other things.
Right. Davis back for Reed. And Davis for 3. Jordan pops it down to Harper. They like to get Harper going early. Reed with the rebound.
Not a good shot there by Ron Harper. The Bulls normally a very good offensive transition team, but usually they get a better shot than that. All the defense was back.
And Derek Harper off the mark, rebounded by Dennis Rodman, who leads the NBA, averaging 15 per game. Here's Jordan for a 3.
Uh-oh. That's a pretty way to start on a 50 or 60-point ball game. J.R. Reed getting the start primarily to battle Dennis Rodman and keep him off the offensive glass. However, Reed is being played by Pippen right now at the other end.
Anthony Mason. The Knicks 4 and the Bulls 3. The Bulls try to break, but the Knicks got back. Longley, though, does beat Ewing down court. Won't count. But a foul is called before the shot attempt. The last time the Bulls and Knicks played at the Garden, January 23rd, Bulls won 99-79, and Luke Longley severely outplayed Patrick Ewing. Longley 7 of 11, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Ewing did not have a good one at 5 of 17 from the field. The foul was called on Rodman.
Well, the Knicks want J.R. Reed to be as physical as possible within reason. He never did make body contact with Rodman there, but had good inside position. I say as possible because when J.R. Reed does get a little bit too physical, we saw what happened a couple of weeks ago with the forearm shiver to the jaw of A.C. Green.
Chicago Bulls, 6 losses have all taken place on the road at Miami, Phoenix, Denver, Indiana, Seattle, and Orlando. The last loss February 23rd in Miami. Longley with the move on Reed, goes to the spin, and then a second option. Crowd wanted to travel, and the rebound is handled by Reed.
Terrific defense that time by the Knicks as they rotated well, challenged the shot, did a good job on the boards. This is the identity that the Knicks want to get back to.
Reed, and the Knicks are off to a good start. They are up 8-3. Well, in the past, there was so much conversation as Jordan lost the dribble off his foot about the long practices conducted by Pat Riley. Players were complaining that the practices that were run by Don Nelson were too short. I get the idea it was a message yesterday from Jeff Van Gundy. His first full practice went 3.5 hours.
Now, an hour of that was talking and looking at tape, however. But that's still a long practice for a Saturday before a somewhat of a Sunday afternoon evening game.
You're saying it's a 5:30 game?
Somewhere
Eastern
in that
time,
area.
is that it? Kept alive by a Harper, and they get the new 24. And Jordan was looking for Longley, who says, my mistake.
And another reason for the long practice, you have a new coach getting his first full practice and wanting to make a lot of statements to his team and get everybody on that first page together.
Well, with the departure of Don Nelson on Friday, here is Ewing. Yes. And the Knicks lead 10-3. What was most disturbing to Knick management, the feeling of the team quitting on Nelson and that terrible low-energy defeat to the LA Clippers this past Tuesday here at the Garden. Pippen not able to hit, and it was deflected out. The officials checking with each other. Last touch by the Bulls. Matt, once a team quits on a coach, is it over or can it be recaptured? I thought there were times last season in observing the Knicks that even Pat Riley was not able to get the message across. And I think it was one of the reasons that contributed, among many, to his departure.
Yeah, but it's just not that the players quitting on the coach. It's the whole coaching staff and their teammates and the organization and the fans. But you know, you're going to have paired performances from time to time and a streak of them. Let's face it, the Knicks have had their share of injuries. But you're right, Marv, that performance Tuesday night against the Clippers was very sorry.
But a very promising start by the Knicks here tonight. They have taken a 12-3 lead off an